Hey guys, I'm in the young adult section of my favorite library to talk to you today about a 2018 HarperCollins book by Elizabeth Acevedo called The Poet-X. And The Poet-X is a book in verse, which means all poetry, about a young girl named Xiomara Batista. Xiomara is the daughter of Dominican immigrants living in the United States. Xiomara is early high school age. She's got a very beautiful, voluptuous figure that her religious and strict mother thinks might get her in trouble. Xiomara's parents restrict her freedom as a way of trying to protect her. But all Xiomara wants is to be able to express herself and to have a little bit of freedom to do the things that she wants to do and not always have to do everything that her mom tells her. Xiomara has a twin brother who is complete opposite of her. He follows the rules, he does what he's supposed to do, he's extremely smart and goes to a special school. And so Xiomara feels like she doesn't get the same allowances that her brother Xavier does. In order to gain a little bit of freedom, to be able to express herself where her mother doesn't let her, Xiomara writes poetry. She writes poetry about her family. As Xiomara's going through the book, she meets a boy named Eamon, and she knows that she's not supposed to have a boyfriend. But for the first time, she really feels like Eamon's somebody she can just be herself with. And so she starts sneaking around. And her brother Xavier and her best friend Caridad helps her cover up where she's been. But as always, when you sneak around, Xiomara gets caught. And her mother is furious. Xiomara is going against her religious teaching. She's being promiscuous, and so she punishes her. Xiomara has to kneel on rice. Despite the fact that Xiomara's mom takes away all of her privileges, Xiomara is still looking to be able to express herself. She decides to join the slam poetry club at school. For the first time, Xiomara really feels like people understand who she is, and she can express herself to more people than just Eamon, that she can tell people who she is and be accepted for it. Xiomara struggles to be part of this poetry club, to show people who she is, but also to talk to her mom. One day, Xiomara's mom finds her notebook of all of her poems about her life. She burns it. Xiomara struggles with her mother and struggles to be able to find her voice and make it be heard. I highly suggest The Poet-X. It's a beautiful read. It also tells the story of the conflicts that can happen when immigrant families, where the parents were raised in one culture and the children are raised in a new culture, have conflicts that can make it hard for them to talk to each other. So I suggest that you read The Poet-X to find out, will Xiomara be able to make up with her mom? Can she figure out how to make her voice heard? And now I'm gonna leave you with a book trailer created by Anna LaPraz.
The other girls called me conceited. Ho, thought, fast. When your body takes up more room than your voice, you are always the target of well-aimed rumors. Which is why I let my knuckles talk for me. Which is why I learned to shrug when my name is replaced with insults. I forced my skin just as thick as I am. The Poet-X by Elizabeth Acevedo. Xiomara Batista lives in Harlem, and she doesn't feel as if she can ever be heard in her life. But she can't be hidden either. She grew into her body over the summer, but she doesn't like male attention, especially with her church-going mother over her shoulder. She finds an outlet for herself in the form of her school's poetry club, but she knows her mother would never accept it. Her mother would never accept a boyfriend either. My mother drops the word no like 100 grains of rice. I will kneel in these two. No cell phone, no lunch money, no afternoons off from church. No boys, no texting, no hanging out after school. No freedom, no time to myself, no getting out of confession with Father Sean this Sunday. Will she be able to heal her broken life before it falls apart even more?